Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Interea. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, it's available for free on itch.io. And if you want to support them in making games like this, and this game, you can go to their Patreon and give them monies. So, on the last Let's Play, we talked with Amicus about politics, on, how to help the people of Lux, and then had a little nap, but then was woken up by Nefru saying, hey, some stuff happened. We're pelted with fruit, and it's probably best if we get different accommodations, which was, at the villa. Anyways, let's make sure my face isn't wigging out too much. And start. Oh look, they even prepared our towels. He gestures at the bucket with towels beside it, and I even spot a few bottles stood up by the edge. There's a giddiness in the wolf's voice that I haven't heard in a good while, and I smile at Amicus's pup-like excitement. Amicus sets me down on the stony ground and begins to strip off his clothes. Oh yeah, and we're also going to a hot spring, or we are here. I do the same, though not quite at the same frantic pace. I've only removed my robe when Amicus does something else he hadn't done in a while. Testicles. I look up in time to see the wolf leap into the hot spring, seemingly without any care in the world. Again, it's nice to see, and I know that Amicus is willing to act this way in front of me a lot. I'm the only one. I'm also a bit worried because I'm not sure he knows if that's really a safe thing to do, especially in a natural spring. The moment unfreezes, a moment that lasted less than a second before he hits the water. Amicus comes up quickly. Yeah, Adapole. That's hot. Adapole? His voice is full of pleasure, though. Big boy. Amicus reclines against the edge of the spring, laughing in such a relieved, satisfied way that I'm eager to go in myself. Amicus looks up at me. So, are you coming to join me, Dark? I saddle up to the edge of the spring, and Amicus eyes my more cautious approach. I recommend the what do you call it? Cannonball technique? It's a bit hotter than the palace bath. Okay. I finally set aside my worries, telling myself to lighten up, though I do look where I'm going to land to make sure there's no rocks poking up. Then I jump. He's right about the heat, and just for a moment, I panic a bit, but within seconds, before I even surface, the burn settles into pleasant warmth that instantly seeps into my muscles. When I cam back up, the first thing I notice is how little the water stings my eyes. Not only that, but it feels better. It might be all in my head, but there's a silky quality to the water, and I can immediately see why this is preferred over the artificial baths. Amicus smiles at me. Quite pleasant, isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of amazing, actually. Nothing beats the real thing. God, I needed this. After seeing the stiff, rigid way he carries himself all the time after becoming an emperor, it's nice to see him relax. It makes me a little bit emotional, which catches me by surprise. I want Amicus to be at ease all the time. I know that he's always stressed, and now to know that he's always stressed now makes me sad. You alright, love? Yeah, I'm good. This is great. Amicus looks at me for a good long moment, then sighs. I suppose I should just admit that I came here for my own selfish reasons. I didn't even ask you if you wanted to come. No, I'm happy here, Amicus, especially with you. I don't want to say that you're hiding something from me, but you looked a bit upset just now. Is it Nefru? That also catches me by surprise. Oh no, I mean, I thought about asking to invite him, but didn't think either of you would care for it. Alright. Seeing Amicus' tense demeanor returning, I decided to just tell him. Okay, so seeing you so relaxed and happy made me happy, but also kind of sad, because you don't look that way very often anymore. Ah, is that all? Don't worry about me, Dark. It's all part of the job. All things come to an end, and that includes puphood. I'm happy to indulge in it once in a while, though. Are there any natural springs near Dastra City? No, at least none worth your time anyway. Amicus runs his paw through his fur. I can already feel it nourishing my fur. I'm sure it's the same for you as well. I reach up and feel my hair, but it doesn't feel softer. As if I just shampooed and conditioned it. No wait, it does feel softer. Sorry, I swear I can read. Huh? Huh. Like I said, it has healing properties, and well, some say it has an effect on libido as well. I raise my eyebrow at Amicus. Huh. Indeed. Don't give me that look. I notice the dark length. Oh, I also notice it beginning to rise between Amicus's legs. Good thing you mentioned it so I can be like, ooh, right, I need to censor that. I try not to smile at how quickly he's worked himself up. We weren't able to make love last night, after all. Do you know what would really relax me? I frown, still playing along. Amicus, if you're gonna say sex, that's not a true statement at all. After the fact, I mean. Well, I know rubbing that body of yours tends to get you relaxed. Maybe I can start with that? I didn't get to really give it to you last night. Ooh. That immediately seems to get the wolf going. Heh. Or heh. Well, I don't want this to be one-sided. It's not. I love rubbing down your body. And why's that? I can tell I'm pushing my wolf's buttons, so I push further. Because I like to feel your big, strong body, and imagine what you're about to do to me with it. Look at that face. Well, why don't you come over here and show me how you'd like to feel me? Amicus leans back further, exposing his torso to me. Despite not having been in the mood just a few minutes ago, I definitely am now, and I slowly start to pull myself away from the end of the spring. I wonder how long you'll be able to restrain yourself this time. Let's find out. Good morning. Damn it. We both jump, and Amicus immediately covers up his now very prominent cock poking out of the water. I quickly lean back against the edge, trying to make things look casual, though Amicus' reaction ruined any chance of that. Even I'm a little bit surprised by how violently he covered himself up. That face. I suppose we don't know much about this Maggus guy, to be fair. Oh, right, he's the wolf guy. I was thinking he was the, Gosh, what is the bear guy? Amicus tries to keep his heaving breaths under control as Maggus lowers himself into the smaller pool next to ours. Good morning to you as well, Dark. Sorry if I startled you. I was just soaking in a spring further up the trail. He either didn't notice anything unusual, or he's pretending. I feel like it must be the latter. Oh no, just a little surprise is all. Yes, we were told the springs would be private for the day. I want to tell Amicus to be a little more polite, considering this man is one of the triumvirs of Lux, and he'll be traveling with us for the rest of the mission. So if he's a triumvir, does that mean, like, he's horribly corrupt, since, like, Lux is horribly corrupt? I also understand why Amicus is as agitated as he is. Interrupted in the middle of a very private moment by the man who humiliated him yesterday. Of course. Look at his face right there. I'll be taking my leave soon enough. I just wanted to make sure that the accommodations are to your liking. He indicates the buckets, towels, and drinks. That, and I thought I might take the opportunity to get to know the head of the delegation and his companion a bit better. Amicus takes a deep breath, possibly to make it more clear to the other wolf that he's not interested in doing that at the moment. Just look at his little eyes just being like, this mother, right? This, I finally speak up to hopefully distract Maggus from Amicus's rudeness. Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Maggus. Of course, Dark. I was not aware of your favorite drink, so I settled on Verdi, since I understand not everyone enjoys their alcohol. It's perfect, actually. Thanks again. Yes, the drinks are fantastic. It was good to speak with you today, Maggus, but my companion and I were discussing some private matters. Oh, of course. I'll be on my way, but I didn't want to ask. Are you quite alright after our bout yesterday? Face. I know you assured us of your wellness, but after reflecting on it overnight, I wanted to make sure. Amicus stares straight ahead into the distance, as if not acknowledging that Magnus is touching him. His touching him will allow him to pretend it's not happening. As I said yesterday, I'm perfectly fine, thank you. Yes, I only ask again due to the fact that I understand the issue of optics when it comes to being a high-ranked official, especially while you're in Lux. It seems to finally break Amicus's dwindling patience. You forget yourself, Magnus. The position of Triumvirate is quite different from that of Emperor. I say what I mean. I feel a sinking feeling in my chest as Amicus drops all attempt at appearing proper. I completely understand Amicus's frustration right now, but Magnus's sincere tone is, as far as I can tell, completely genuine. I realized then that I needed to alleviate the situation somehow. Amicus, you are forgetting yourself. I adopt a more chiding tone, wanting to keep the feel of the situation more lighthearted. Okay, not sure how that would be read anyways. Please excuse our Emperor. We were up very late last night. I feel that's the best explanation I can make up. It's a childish one, but that's the point. While I am Amicus's companion, and far more than that, I still need to take care not to forget myself. I need to keep Amicus looking good, even while criticizing him. And I can do that by making myself seem frivolous, stupid even. Mainly, I just need to give Maggus an excuse to be distracted from Amicus's slip in professionalism. I feel like I did mostly good job, considering Amicus continues to stare out at the place somewhere off to my left, over my head. I see. I do apologize for imposing myself upon you. I shouldn't have taken advantage of the situation such a way. Again, his sincerity is striking, and that's unusual. Maybe that's why Amicus is so cold. He doesn't fully trust this wolf. I mean... Wait, is that a space station in the background there? I thought I saw something there, but I didn't know it was a space station. Kinda looks like one. Anyways, Like, he does seem sincere and maybe trustworthy, but I really feel like he's hiding something. You didn't take advantage of the situation. It's just an inconvenient time, unfortunately. I glance at Amicus before continuing. Why don't we meet later for lunch? Or dinner? There's a pause, as if we're both wanting to confirm from Amicus. A confirmation from Amicus. How about dinner? Seeming to decide that my word is good enough, that Triumvir agrees. I would be honored. Oh, gonna have to censor that testicle. Magnus rises out of the spring, water splashing off his fur. I don't know if I have to censor the butt. Usually, when a furred creature gets wet, their overall statue becomes less impressive. Cassius and Alex come to mind. But for Amicus, and for Maggus, it turns out the opposite is true, and I can see why his kicks had been so powerful. Amicus glances at him, then at me, so I quickly avert my gaze. I don't want to give Amicus any more reason to feel inadequate, even if it's not a good reason. I'll meet you at your villa, if that's alright. 13th hour? When there's no input from Amicus, I agree. That sounds good. Alright, I will see you then. Have a nice soak, Your Highness. With that, Magnus disappears around the trail. I assume there's a towel to... That is where his towel's stashed. It's silent for a few moments, then I sigh. Amicus, that was terrible. I know. He's grumpy now, so I know we aren't going to pick up where we left off. I mean, he could rub his pecs. You know, just kind of cuddle and stuff. Well, at least you can try to salvage something over dinner. Yeah. It's quiet for a bit, then Amicus huffs. Thank you, Dark. I was not handling that well. It happens to the best of us, but I think you should at least give the guy a chance. Maybe. I just need more time after yesterday. Of course. While the mood is ruined, I tell myself that it could have been worse. When we return to the villa, I can immediately tell that something's wrong. Bjarni is there, looking more upset than I've ever seen him. That's not saying much, but considering he almost always has a professional, cheerful demeanor, it's obvious that something's very wrong. I'm going to take a look at my face again. There we go. I think I have a good idea of what I might be, and as soon as Bjarni starts talking, I'm proven right. Your Highness, it seems the situation in the city has become tense after the issue with the Chemians. Of course it has. There are rumors that a concerned protest is being planned. Consorted? Around the 12th hour. I need to look up that word. I wish I could see all my keyboard. Bah. Almost. Jointly arranged, planned, or carry out coordinated. At least it's not some of those stupid, bloody definitions where it's like, what is walking? And the definition is, it is walk. You know, that the definition is basically the word. What is the actual issue? Do they simply want the Chemians gone, or... The issue has become broader since then. While the initial complaints centered around the Chemians supposedly turning their noses up at Luxian culture. Of course. Now, it's a bit more about why you, the Emperor, would bring them along. Of course. It's quiet for a moment. Is there something we can do to appease them? Bjarni looks over at me, then sighs as he puts away his portal. It's difficult to say. Once Luxians set their mind on something, especially something that makes them upset, it's hard to dissuade them. What if Nefero or Brunus apologize? Not that they should apologize for anything, but maybe that'll be enough to calm the people? No, that will only make them more upset. Comedians come off as condescending whenever they're apologizing. I know that's likely only due to Wolves' inferiority complex, but I don't say that out loud, of course. Are Nefero and Brunus here? Nefru. I look around and notice the door to the spare bedroom is still closed. Yes, though Brunus wanted a private moment with Nefru. I looked at the closed door, feeling incredibly sorry for the jackal at the moment. I wonder if Nefru will ever will even be up for the trip to Lupus tomorrow. That will be even more difficult for the two of us, though in a different way. I regret to say it, but it might be simply best to leave within a few hours. My heart sinks into my stomach at hearing that. Amicus seems to have the same feeling. No, I cannot leave this city worse than it was when I arrived. That will mean absolute failure on Dastra's part. I must make a speech or something. I agree, but I'm not sure what else can be done. The longer we stay, the more time the city has to fester in its anger. But I must. Based on my teachings, I know that more than a few emperors have lost their lives in the city. While the last time was at least a few 100,000 years ago, the city hasn't changed all that much since I feel a great deal of worry for the wolf. Yeah, that looks like a thing. Print screen, put it in paint. Paint. Let me just read it again. The city hasn't changed. Yeah. He's right, Amicus. If the city can get as bad as you say, it would be too dangerous for you to try and calm them. I also worry that his skill in rhetoric isn't good enough for the... Oops, sorry. Didn't sleep well last night, and also, reading. For it isn't good enough for this situation. He's good, but not as good as... Yeah, so we're gonna ask him to do it? Amicus, what the hell? I'm absent for less than a single day, and the city is ready for a riot. He barged in without any of us hearing it. Cass, now is not the time. Now is the time, Amicus. Wait, Amicus, Lex will tear itself apart over this. What? Over perceived insults from the comedians that likely didn't happen in the first place? No, Amicus, over rumors. What actually happened doesn't matter. What does matter is that now they're saying Nefru spat on the food that was offered to him. Gods. Amicus takes a deep breath. Well, I suppose I should prepare myself to give some sort of speech. Are you serious, Amicus? Of course. You idiot. Shut the hell up, Cass. You don't understand. I understand far more about the city than you ever will. Cass's screeching voice reverberates around the villa in the most grating way possible, and I see Amicus lowers his ears in response. So hopefully we listen to what Cassius says, even though he's very much a dick, but he is, useful and... How would I put this? He's a good guy, but he's also a dick. But he's also a good guy. Now Cassius takes a deep breath. They will kill you if you set foot in the amphitheater alone. There are drones that will protect him. Bjarni chimes in from the sidelines as usual, in his usual cheerful way. Oh yes, and that will lead to such a rebellion that the city will once again declare itself an independent city-state. Good luck trying to repair at any point during your rule, Amicus. Good luck trying to repair at any... I might put another thing there. Let's see, that's 1. And print screen 2. Because, you know, I like supporting games and be like, hey, you made an error there. Amicus finally seems to relent. Alright, then do you have anything to propose yourself, Cassius? Cassius goes quiet for a few moments, seeming to gather his thoughts. I can tell what he says next takes a good deal of effort on his part. Then he snags a bit. Snags? I suppose you could say that my performance yesterday was not adequate. He pauses, as if waiting for Amicus to say something, though the other wolf remains quiet. Therefore, you might say that at least a small part of it is my fault. Another pause, but Amicus just waits. A very small part, but a part nonetheless. Therefore, I shall give another speech. Amicus finally shows some surprise at what Cassius just said. And the people shall be allowed to actually attend this speech. None of this curfew nonsense. This is part of the reason they are so upset. Are you sure? I don't think I could let you. Oh, stop it, Amicus. I know what I'm doing. Do you? I've given speeches at Lux at least a half-dozen times, so yes, I do. Amicus eyes Cassius carefully, as if not sure of the other wolf's intentions. Keep in mind that if I want this mission to succeed anywhere, it is here in Lux. I would not be able to bring myself to leave the city the way it is now. I would at least like them to have a bit more hope in the future, as that is all we can offer them at the moment. Maybe we could at least mention that infrastructure project we were talking about last night, Amicus. Possibly. It might be a bit early for that, though. What are you on about? Well, we discussed tentative plans to better Lux to Adastra City. Better connect Lux to Adastra City, possibly by use of Chemian tech. But I don't think... Cassius seems to be thinking deeply, much to my surprise. Actually, that does give me an idea. Where's the jackal? Here in the villa. Why? Summon him. I have an idea, but it involves bringing him and you along. That seems very interesting. Dangerous, but interesting. Cassius looks directly at me. Well, with us being on the 30-minute mark and a change, or near the 30-minute mark, and a change of scene, and the fact that we just ran out of content, because, you know, this game's in development, time to call it. Damn. I'm not sure if 0.4 means that we've gone through 40% of the proposed game, or if it's like some other thing, you know? Damn. Well, bugger. Because, like, right now, what we have is, like, let's see. Winds of Change will get replaced by Arches? Arches? Basically, the same people that, or group that makes this game. I don't think it might... I would have to assume it isn't the same... Like, same one person, because it's like, they have, like, several things they're working on. Let's see, Adastra gets replaced by Chemia, and it gets replaced by Interea, and then now I had it replaced by Chemo Coliseum, which is more game-like. That will definitely have to have a lot of censorship to it. Though I guess this game is also horny. It's like, do I want to do Chemo Coliseum? Replace this with Chemo Coliseum? I mean, I guess we could do the thing where Chemo Coliseum keeps on getting delayed. But let's see. Ooh. I had Winds of Change replaced by Arches, but then I also had Dawn Course replaced by Arches. But Dawn Course is probably going to have some more stuff. But then there's Echo. And then Major Minor doesn't have a replacement, but there is the Smoke Room. And then there's, like, Lovers of Aether and Amoris. I'm going to have to figure that out, but that will be for another time. So anyways, until next time, let's play me, GamerWolfSix of hopefully Interea. I mean, we have a good 35 episodes to post before this one, give or take. So that's about a bit over half a year. What is 52 divided by 2? That's 26. Yes. So, yeah. By about the half a year mark, there's probably going to be more Interea. Or maybe Kamiya. Don't know. But yeah, until next time, let's say. Me, GamerWolfSix, hopefully this game. It's a while. We'll have to see. So thanks and see ya.